Hello everyone, this is Justin. The third junior, the fifth senior, the sixth, the seventh. And I am interviewing a high school friend, a buddy from high school that I've known since I was 14 years old. Yeah, his name is Seth Jacobson. Hello, Seth Jacobson.
Hello.
We both went to a creative and performing arts high school. We majored in drama. So I want to talk to you about your life, Seth. You are a fascinating figure to me. That's probably either a compliment or not. How do you take it?
I'll take it as a compliment.
Wrong answer. No. What I want to ask you first is, what do you do for a living?
Okay, what do I do for a living? I am a full-time PhD candidate right now. So that means that now that I'm a candidate, I just finished coursework. So there's 2 years of coursework, and then following your comps, you move on to your candidacy. And so I'm full-time right now working on my dissertation. I also have a assistantship that pays for my tuition, and so for that I'm the assistant editor for an academic journal.
That's just might be too interesting. Okay. We have to end the interview. Well, that's really good. When will you be done and then finally have the normal life? The normal life.
A normal life. I have about 1.5 years left.
And then hello, normal life.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. We didn't do that musical, did we?
No, we didn't. I think it did come after we graduated, though.
The high school musical that I did was
Music Man.
Music Man. I'm getting all confused. And I played who?
Marcellus.
And I sang the song Shapoopy.
You did do that.
What did you do? Which didn't you have a part in a play?
In that one?
Or? No, any of them.
I did. I think I always had just chorus in all of them. I wasn't that good.
What?
I know. Or I had like really random, like ridiculous roles where I would just have like a stupid line or something.
No, I thought they gave you a part in one of the plays.
There was Crazy for You, and I was like
extra number 5?
Basically. No, it was just like this eccentric Englishman.
Just like you.
Just like me.
You speak English, so you're eccentric.
I'm pretty eccentric.
They knew what they were doing, casting you.
They did. It was typecasting all the way. My dad is Jewish. My mom was Catholic. I grew up not practicing either.
So when did you join Catholicism, like full-time?
Full-time Catholicism. That didn't happen until I was a undergraduate in college.
Now, what about Catholicism just made you go like, oh my God, fanboy?
Fanboy. That's my screen name. I was taken to a group of nuns who ran the college that I went to. They were very inspirational to me. They led their lives in a way that I admire. And I just found them to be very fascinating and intriguing, and I started getting more and more curious about what guided their behaviors and their belief system. And so I started studying more religion and studying specifically Catholicism, and spending a lot more time with the Catholic community. And it was mainly through the actions of these nuns that made me a fanboy.
Nuns have been getting cool lately. Mm-hmm. I've noticed.
Ever since Sister Act, right?
Ever since Whoopi Goldberg.
Ever since
the nuns have been really cool. Mm-hmm. Have been chill.
Yeah, back in the habit.
Nuns and Catholicism and chill. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
You are actually a gay man.
I am.
Homosexual.
That's another way of putting it.
Attracted to men.
That's another way of putting it.
Now, I remember once you told me that when you discovered that you were gay or realized that you were gay, you went through a depression.
I did.
At what point do you feel like you finally accepted it to the point where it was no longer something that depressed you and something that you felt like you were finally comfortable with?
It's a good question. I would say that it's still a process. It's not a process that has a finite endpoint that I can identify. But I would say that things started really turning around. So as you alluded to, I think maybe my senior year of high school, I became pretty depressed about not so much my sexuality, but it was just the struggle that I felt like I was going to have to deal with as a result of it. And so that compounded by some other things going on in my life, it really kind of brought me down. But yeah, the closeted part was really challenging. And so I think that started turning around most dramatically when I went to college, and when I started meeting a lot of really supportive people, peers, and going back to what I was saying earlier, the nuns, the sisters, who...
Sister Act. There you go.
Sister Act, there it is. And so I, came out when I was in college, and these nuns were probably like the first adults who really embraced me, like as family, and really made me feel comfortable. Made me feel that there was nothing wrong with me, and that I should honor who I am completely. And it was just really really transformative to have so many people in my life that were so supportive, especially strangers at that. They were strangers when I got there, and then they showed me a side to the world, a side to the church that I hadn't seen.
So this is what brought you to really becoming a Catholic?
It played a big role, yeah. And I think because I, up until that point, I had thought about the church and religion in general as being oppressive and stagnant and closed-minded, narrow, and just a lot of negative views.
That's what I thought, because usually people in the Catholic Church and people who are publicly Catholic and spokespeople for the Catholic religion, like Rick Santorum.
I wouldn't call him a spokesman.
He says he is,
but he identifies.
He identifies as
Sure.
Catholic and says it's wrong, and that's one of the big positions he stands by.
Sure. Yeah. So right, and so that was, when you look at popular media and you see a focus on people like Santorum or people in these formal positions of power, and then you associate their legitimacy as a leader to them having almost a final word on what Catholicism is and what it isn't. And so you can pay attention to people like Santorum. You can pay attention to people like Bishop Chaput in Philadelphia.
Chapupi?
Bishop Chaput. Or you can also pay attention to yourself and your own conscience, and recognizing that there's something holy there. And you can also pay attention to other formal leaders of the church, including the sisters that I encountered and a lot of other priests that I've met over the years who are extremely welcoming, loving, and inclusive, and who I would even venture to say many want to see change in the church with respect to its teachings on sexuality. You can also pay attention to recent Pew polls that have come out that show, and consistently for the past probably 5 to 10 years, that show that Catholics, more than any other Christian affiliated denomination, are and have been more accepting of homosexuality than any other group.
Now, I feel like, and this is just from knowing other people who practice
Catholicism.
Jesus, not Catholicism, just Jesus, who practice Jesus, who say that the Catholics they don't follow the Bible, thus they are not as religious as us. And I'm talking more about like Presbyterians and Baptists.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't claim to speak for everyone and make generalizations like that, but I would say that one of the things that
it's in the Bible.
One of the things
I don't like it because it said in the Bible that I don't like gays.
Right. It doesn't say that.
Under Leviticus 13:1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't think at any point it says I don't like gays.
It
But
said,
no,
get out of my country.
So I think that
That's
that's what it says. I think the you're right though. One of the things that actually
say,
draws
"Get out of
me,
my country"?
No, you're not right about that. In terms of not following the Bible literally,
Yeah.
and so one of the things that attracts me to the Catholic Church is that we. And again, I don't mean to speak on behalf of all the church, but at least, in terms of the church members that I have known and appreciated, is that we don't follow it literally word by word, because we recognize that the Bible was written in a very specific time, in a very specific place. And so we look at what was written and what these stories were within its historical and social contexts, which are very different from today. And so taking those things into consideration, that's kind of the way in which you need to follow the Bible, or follow it's those words, it's the Bible, but it's also what's in your heart, and it's also your relationship with others, and your prayerful consideration of those, of what it says and what it means to you. But again, if you specifically, as you were saying, what the Bible says and what it doesn't, there's no point in the New Testament, which Catholics are, Christians are really all about, because that's the New Testament is all about Christ. Nowhere does he say anything about homosexuality.
Whew, that's a relief. I was about to join the
really...
Westboro Baptist Church
You should
tomorrow.
still do it.
Oh, I should?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll join them.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing me on the corner.
I just want you to interview them. I want to see some more interviews with them.
They'll say, you know what? People give us a bad rap. We're actually very accepting. When we say God hates fags, we're actually talking about French cigarettes.
Right.
But people do not understand that.
They might mean that. And so they need people like you to get.
They
in
need
there
a
and
proper
interview.
spokesman,
Yeah.
like me.
So
right?
yeah. So get in there.
I'm gonna get all up in that.
Get up in there.
A lot of this YouTube channel has video game content, and I know that when people play multiplayer video games, they usually shout out obscenities, gay obscenities, at random, like this fucking fag, bro, fucking faggot, you're fucking gay, bro, you're fucking gay. What do you make of these, people who shout out, faggot, gay, in out of context?
I think generally I wouldn't condone it. I think that it can be really offensive, and even though it's not intended for that purpose, it can be.
I'm guilty. I'm like, when I'm playing a game and someone's pissing me off, there's the F, so you fuck, fag, and flounderfish. Those are the three.
Yeah.
So
I would steer clear of flounderfish.
What are your future plans? Because I know that you try to be informative as a Catholic and as someone who tries to spread the word about gay politics or the gay movement.
Future, I can't talk so much about what I want to do in the future, but I can say in terms of what I'm doing now and what I'm passionate about, I'm very much engaged in the Catholic Church, especially with respect to opening up more lines of dialogue in areas where there's disagreement in the church, and encouraging folks to be more critical of teachings, of practices, of structures that are oppressive of other people's lives as well as their own life, and so just really bringing more voice and dialogue to the church. I'm particularly passionate about making the church into something better.
Seth for Pope.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Seth for Pope.
I don't think so.
I said, why not? All right, Seth, I really appreciate you coming here for this epic and historic interview. I think everything that you said was really awesome. I think we even went overtime with this interview. I'm surely gonna have to edit because you have a lot of things to say. Most people don't. All right, all. Thanks for watching. Take care. So long.
Thank you.